Behind the radiant smile and dazzling spotlight of a global entertainment icon, Marie Osmond spent 4 decades hiding the deepest emotional scar of her life. At the age of 66, after enduring the highest highs of fame and the deepest lows of loss, she chose to break her silence with a confession that stunned the public. The person who had hurt her was not a stranger, but someone her family trusted most. This revelation not only redefined Marie's life, but also explained the fear she had quietly carried since childhood. After spending more than a decade under the bright lights of Las Vegas, where Marie Osmond and her brother Donnie built an entertainment empire with more than 1,700 sold-out performances at the Flamingo, Marie made a life-changing decision. In November 2019, she ended the show that had become a part of her identity and prepared to begin a new chapter. Shortly afterward, in May 2020, she joined CBS's talk show The Talk as a co-host. However, her hopes for a professional working environment quickly collided with the harsh reality of behind-the-scenes tensions. There, Marie soon realized she had stepped into a maze of personal conflicts. Her relationship with Sharon Osbourne became strained and turbulent, reaching a peak when Sharon openly stated that Marie did not belong there and was unlike the rest of the group. The atmosphere on set grew increasingly tense as other co-hosts reportedly began issuing ultimatums, threatening to leave the program if Marie was not removed. It was an unnecessary burden for an artist with her level of experience. Amid the controversy, Marie handled the situation with remarkable composure. Rather than engaging in public disputes or media battles, she quietly departed in August 2020. Her exit was not a defeat, but a liberation, allowing her to regain balance in her life. Marie quickly shifted her focus to her passion for classical music through her album Unexpected and performances with symphony orchestras, places where she no longer had to fit into emotionally draining debates and television conflicts. Leaving the talk was not simply about ending a job. It became a necessary step toward deeper self-reflection. Free from the constant scrutiny of colleagues and critics, Marie began confronting old wounds that time had long buried. To understand why she possessed the strength to survive Hollywood's storms, we must travel back to her childhood in the Osmond household, where the roots of her fears first began. Born in Utah in 1959, Marie Osmond entered the world as the only daughter in a family of 8 sons. It was a home filled with noise, competition, and the invisible pressure of fame as her brothers began making names for themselves. Sharing a birthday with her father, Marie learned from an early age how to adapt to an environment where her femininity was often overshadowed by the energy of her brothers. Privacy was a luxury. Her life revolved around the family business, where every member was an essential part of the machine. Success arrived before Marie was old enough to understand its meaning. At just 4 years old, she was already performing under stage lights, beginning a journey in which childhood was exchanged for audience expectations. Those years were not just filled with applause, they also brought life-threatening experiences that most children would never encounter. She still vividly remembers nearly drowning in shark-infested waters at age 11, a terrifying memory that revealed the harsh realities of show business. At 16, a serious car accident altered the course of her life. The crash was so severe that she nearly lost sight in one eye, while her mother was also badly injured. Standing at the edge between life and death, Marie found not despair, but a profound belief in the afterlife, a peaceful place beyond worldly pressures. The experience became an early reminder of life's fragility and helped forge the resilience that would later carry her through countless challenges in the entertainment industry. Yet behind the image of a determined young woman, Marie was fighting other unseen demons. As her fame grew, the entertainment industry's harsh standards began scrutinizing every aspect of her appearance. Although she grew up in a loving family, it was not enough to shield her from the sharp judgments of the outside world, where darker forces waited to consume the confidence of a young girl. Those wounds gradually accumulated, opening a painful chapter that would take more than 40 years before Marie found the courage to confront and share it publicly. When Marie Osmond turned 15, an age when most girls long to have their natural beauty appreciated, She found herself targeted by Hollywood's toxic standards. During one work assignment, an executive bluntly insulted her, calling her the shame of the family, despite the fact that she was perfectly healthy and weighed only about 46 kilograms, 101 pounds at the time. The remark struck her self-esteem like a knife, planting a deep and lasting obsession with her appearance. To cope with that unreasonable pressure, Marie fell into extreme dieting. She essentially starved herself, surviving on little more than lemon water mixed with cayenne pepper. The practice drove her weight down to an alarming 41 kilograms, 90 pounds. Looking into the mirror, she no longer saw a talented performer. Instead, she saw an ugly duckling, compared to beauty icons such as Cher and Farrah Fawcett. The pressure to be perfect gradually robbed her of joy, leaving her trapped in insecurity and anxiety. The entertainment industry's cruelty extended beyond appearance. Marie also faced genuine threats to her personal safety. She recalled feeling powerless when influential figures behaved inappropriately toward her. She revealed that legendary comedian Groucho Marx had engaged in misconduct while appearing as a guest on her show. At that age, she lacked both the knowledge and the authority to stand up against powerful individuals. That isolation caused her to withdraw even further. Every smile she gave audiences on television concealed pain she could not express. These experiences were not merely disappointing memories, they became warnings of deeper wounds she had been carrying for years. Being treated without respect as a teenager raised troubling questions about what was truly happening behind the glamorous curtain of show business, dark secrets she was not yet ready to confront. Her silence over the decades became a sealed box containing unspoken suffering and emotional scars that she would not fully face until much later in life. At age 66, standing as a successful and experienced woman, Marie Osmond finally chose to break that silence with a shocking revelation. She disclosed that she had been sexually abused multiple times as a child. Her statement was not an accusation against family members, but rather a painful exposure of individuals outside the family, people whom her parents had trusted with their daughter, only for them to become the very people who brought darkness into her life. The trauma remained buried for 4 decades. Marie kept the secret not because she wanted to hide it, but because she had been instilled with a terrifying fear from childhood. She was threatened that if she ever spoke about it, her family would lose everything. To a child, the reputation of the Osmond family was priceless, and she chose to carry the pain alone as a silent sacrifice. That fear became so powerful that it reshaped the way she viewed the world, turning what should have been the brightest years of her life into a grey landscape haunted by anxiety and trauma. The psychological impact of these abuses was profound and long-lasting. At the age of 8 or 9, the disgust and fear Marie felt toward her abusers created deep confusion about her own identity. She once believed she might be gay simply because she felt repulsed by the presence and physical contact of any man. These emotional scars could not be healed overnight. It took many years, and the patience, love, and support of her father and brothers before she gradually regained a sense of safety and restored her trust in men. Speaking publicly about her past was not only a personal act of liberation, it marked a critical turning point in her healing journey. It demonstrated that no matter how strong and successful a person may appear on the outside, they can still carry hidden wounds that deserve understanding and compassion. It was from the strength she developed while overcoming those traumas that Marie found the courage to face even greater hardships ahead, trials involving not only herself, but the devastating pain of losing a loved one. Although the scars of her past had gradually begun to heal, they would occasionally resurface during vulnerable periods of her life. After giving birth to her 7th child, Matthew, in 1999, Marie experienced severe postpartum depression. For a woman known for her bright smile and unwavering professionalism on television, confronting the darkness within her own mind became an agonizing challenge. There were moments when she felt completely trapped, as though there was no escape. At one point, she even left home and drove hundreds of miles away simply to find a moment of peace, seeking refuge from the expectations and responsibilities weighing heavily on her shoulders. At the same time, Her marriage was slowly unraveling under the strain of public life and personal struggles. A house fire in 2005 not only destroyed property, but also exposed deep fractures in her relationship with her husband, Brian Blosill. After 21 years together, their separation became inevitable in 2007. It was a turbulent chapter during which Marie had to balance motherhood while continuing to maintain her career and financial independence. During this difficult period, Marie chose to embrace change by joining Dancing with the Stars in 2007, partly to fulfill a promise related to her son's wish that she lose weight. However, the intense demands of training combined with her personal emotional burdens eventually took a toll on her body. The moment she collapsed on live television became a haunting image for viewers, a reminder that even the brightest stars can reach a point of complete exhaustion. These experiences transformed Marie. She was no longer the naive young woman striving for perfection, but a mature woman who understood the strength that can emerge from vulnerability. Yet life was not finished testing her. Just when she believed she had learned how to manage pain, a tragedy more devastating than anything she had previously endured arrived, forcing her into the saddest chapter of her life, one no mother ever wishes to face. The greatest tragedy of Marie Osmond's life struck in 2010 when her son, Michael Blosill, died by suicide at the age of 18. Michael, who had battled depression for years, left behind a heartbreaking suicide note that shattered his mother's heart. For Marie, it was a wound that could never truly heal. The pain was intensified by overwhelming guilt. She missed her son's final phone call because she was on stage, smiling and performing for an audience, unaware that she was losing a piece of her life forever. Witnessing the grief of a mother who had lost a child, the public responded with deep sympathy. Yet instead of surrendering to despair, Marie faced the tragedy with remarkable resilience. Just 2 weeks after Michael's funeral, she returned to the stage. It was not an act of indifference. Rather, it was her way of teaching her remaining children one of life's most difficult lessons. No matter how cruel life becomes, we must find the strength to stand up and keep moving forward. That resilience reflected not only her professionalism as an entertainer, but also the enduring love of a mother for her family. Her journey toward peace also included unexpected moments of happiness. In 2011, fate brought her back together with Stephen Craig, her first husband. After 26 years apart, they rediscovered one another with the understanding that comes from a lifetime of experiences. Their remarriage symbolized more than a romantic reunion. It represented the possibility of finding refuge after weathering life's fiercest storms. Even after rediscovering personal happiness, Marie remained a woman shaped by both triumph and suffering. She no longer pursued the perfection demanded by the media. Instead, she focused on creating lasting value for others and preparing future generations for meaningful lives. Now at 66, Marie not only looks ahead with peace of mind, but also makes bold financial decisions that have sparked public debate while reflecting the philosophy she has developed over more than half a century. At 66, Marie Osmond is more than an entertainment icon. She is a woman who has endured some of life's harshest trials and chosen to live according to her own principles. After losing her parents and most recently her brother Wayne Osmond in January 2025, Marie understands better than most that life's greatest treasures are memories and acts of kindness. Throughout her career, alongside singing and acting, she devoted herself to the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity. As a co-founder, Marie helped the organization raise more than $9 billion for children's hospitals around the world. This, more than awards or fame, is the legacy she hopes to leave behind. The opportunity for children to live healthier lives and experience happiness. Because she places such importance on personal effort, Marie has made a decision that surprised many people. She announced that she does not intend to leave her estimated $20 million fortune to her children. In her view, this is not a lack of love, but a final lesson. She believes that inheriting substantial wealth without earning it can diminish motivation, determination, and self-worth. She wants her children to build their own futures through their own abilities and hard work, just as she had to overcome adversity throughout her life. From publicly discussing her experiences with abuse, to confronting depression and the loss of a child, to making bold financial decisions later in life, Marie Osmond's story paints a portrait of extraordinary resilience. By sharing these hidden struggles, she hopes her experiences will serve as a guiding light for others, especially those silently carrying their own pain, encouraging them to speak out and reclaim the right to live a full and meaningful life. Marie Osmond's life resembles an epic journey marked by upheaval, where suffering was transformed into strength and loss became the foundation for generosity. She stepped away from the noise of the entertainment industry to reconnect with her authentic self, proving that no matter how many scars the past may leave behind, a woman still has the power to write the final chapters of her story with dignity, courage, and compassion. It took Marie Osmond more than 4 decades to find her voice. If you or someone you know is going through a difficult time, remember that you are not alone. Share this story to spread a message of healing and courage. Subscribe to the channel to discover more meaningful and inspiring stories from the lives of extraordinary people.